And welcome to lyranara.com and lyranara.me, the place where you can find the most powerful holistic remedies and treatment, as well as diagnosis devices for professionals as well as for personal use. And today's video is entitled Forever Young, a total treatment concept, how to rejuvenate yourself and remain healthy and at your full power with just natural remedies as well as holistic energy devices. And we're gonna first talk about why you age, what science has found out about diseases, how they develop, and then the main part of the presentation is gonna be holistic solutions to stop the aging process, to remain healthy until you are very, very old, and even rejuvenate yourself and reverse the aging process. So without further ado, let's dive right into it and learn more about how to remain healthy and young. And one of the main reasons why you get sick is psychological and emotional conflicts that are not being resolved. Those are emotions, feelings, etc., that build up in your brain, in your limbic system, and then they move on through your autonomous nervous system, and they develop into symptoms. After 3 to 4 days, you can already see them, and if you don't resolve them, then after 3 to 7 years, they become degenerative diseases. After 3 to 4 years, you will see visible symptoms, organ functions are going to be impaired, and physiological changes going to take place at cellular levels. And of course also your emotional and hormonal levels are going to be affected, and you can trace these changes through lab tests. The most sensitive genetic organs will be disbalanced and diseased in those tests. In this graph, we can see how unresolved conflicts and negative emotions perpetrate throughout your whole system and lead to diseases and chronic conditions. So you have the stress and the negative emotions, and they develop in your right brain hemisphere, in your anterior hypothalamus, which is responsible for emotions, as well as in your posterior hypothalamus, the left brain hemisphere, that is responsible for logic and judgment. If those are not being resolved quickly, then in the parasympathetic dominant area, you're gonna develop extreme sensitivity, anxiety, or exhaustion. Or if it's sympathetic that is more dominant, you're gonna become aggressive and you're gonna develop stress syndromes. And this is gonna lead then to hormonal problems with your thyroid, exhaustion and fatigue. Adrenal glands are going to lead to pancreas problems, as well as diabetes and many, many more chronic conditions. So it's very, very crucial that you take care of your emotional stress. But even when you take care of your emotional stress and imbalances in your psyche, unfortunately, as you can see in this nice graph, your cell's potential to regenerate decreases with age, and it becomes worse and worse, and after 40, about 40, it becomes really, really bad. So we have to do something about this as well. And of course, again, burdens and stress, especially unresolved stress, makes this whole situation even worse and diminishes the cell's potential to regenerate themselves as they are supposed to. Makes it all even worse. So very, very crucial that you take care of the regeneration capabilities of your cells as well, to remain healthy and stay young. Unfortunately, what many of us do is, as long as we are young and healthy, we don't really take care of our health. And we start to think about it when we already have developed a whole baggage of several chronic diseases. So we are in a so-called morbidic state, and you can see that a morbidic state leads to cardiovascular diseases, gout diseases, rheumatic diseases, psychological, emotional diseases, osteoporosis, candida, allergies, etc., diabetes. All of those are caused by this morbidic state. that has been developing for years and years and years, where we were young and healthy, and unfortunately we did not take care of ourselves in the way we should. So it's important to start early, but still the good news is that even if you are already in a morbidic state, there are very, very efficient holistic therapy options and supplements that can help you regress this whole diseases and make the situation way better. In this morbidic state, there is a chronic autonomic dysregulation. At this stage, it is difficult to treat and maintain and to stop the aging process that is advancing quickly towards death. But as we will see, with some proven holistic devices and supplements, you can still do it. So that's the good news. Another point that we have to be aware of is your cellular communication and the polarity of your cells. So the human body is energy and information that is manifested in a condensed form, which we perceive as our bodies. Healthy cells have a bipolar structure. They work just like a battery. So life energy, also called ki or prana, is freely flowing through those bipolar cells if everything is alright and is working as it's supposed to. All healthy cells are communicating among themselves as they should, but when toxins, microbes, electromagnetic disturbances from the environment, etc., penetrate and accumulate into the tissue, those cells lose their bipolarity and morph into a so-called monopolar 6 cells, so a plus plus or minus minus cell. In this case, the life energy does not flow through the cells anymore, and there is no intercellular communication, and this again leads to chronic diseases and unwanted conditions. Yet another area to which we have to pay attention is the connective tissue matrix. So diseases of all kinds start in the extracellular space known as the connective tissue, as you can see also in the picture on the left. And most toxins are stored in this collagen, elastin, cartilages, fascia, fat tissue, the ligaments, etc., that are known as the matrix. The interface between the cells and the connective tissue is the cellular membrane, and this membrane is responsible for the nutrient penetration, and these nutrients are crucial to nourish the cells and for cellular waste excretion. And if this cellular membrane has lost its permeability and electrical potential is significantly lost, reduced, then unfortunately you get sick. The inside cells and in extracellular space in water, the total water content in the human body is more than 76%. So thus water plays a very crucial role in our body, and we're going to talk about the ways in which you treat your water so that you can remain healthy later in the presentation, of course. Next reason why you age and why you develop chronic conditions is the so-called acidosis. So chronic diseases and degenerative processes develop in an acidic milieu. Three parameters are important here: the pH value, the RH2 value, and the R for your blood, your urine, and your saliva. So the pH values determine the acidity and alkalinity of your body, and ideally your blood pH should be about 7.34. Your saliva pH should be at 6.5, and the urine pH varies during the day, however has an average at about 6.8. The RH2 redox potential that shows the electron surplus at specific pH values and the value of oxygen hydrogen partial pressure on a scale from 0 to 42, with a neutral value situated at 28, where the partial pressure of hydrogen is equal to that of oxygen, and biologically ideal values for RH2 are between 22 to 24 for all the fluids in your body, your blood, as well as your saliva. And the electrical conductivity, R value, is a result of electrolytes in your body, meaning minerals in your body. So you have to pay attention and test for all of those three values regularly to remain healthy. Right, now that we've talked about the main reasons why you develop chronic conditions and the aging process accelerates, let's talk about the main part of this presentation, solutions. How can you remain healthy? How can you remain young and at your fullest potential? And here we have 6 amazing solutions that we're going to talk about a little bit more in depth in this video. First of all is going to be the therapy that must be applied by a professional with devices such as Kindling Easy and Matrix. Second, we're going to talk about a therapy that you can do yourself with a home device such as the Gino 62, the Aquatone, the Theorem, the TriMet CGI and TriMet Compact, and the Smart Breathe. And then we're going to talk about a solution for healthy, energized living water called Life Water that does not only deliver clean but energized and living water. And we're going to talk about what this really means and why it's so crucial for your health. Then the Vita Chip, strophanthus and strophantine, and the peptides, bioregulating peptides. Those are 2 supplement categories that we're going to talk about in the end, that you should definitely apply to your system, as they are extremely powerful in maintaining you in a healthy, powerful state. And we start with the Kindling Easy, as mentioned already. And the Kindling Easy, what is it? It's a unique automated diagnosis and bioresonance therapy device. So you apply functional bioresonance for balancing and training your autonomic nervous system with the Kindling Easy. If you combine the Kindling Easy with a correct and efficient milieu therapy, you will reserve these morbidic conditions that we talked about. You will reduce your acidosis and recharge your body with mitochondrial energy. And the autoregulation onset will be the tipping point of healing and rejuvenation with the system. As your ANS controls all of your organs, this device is really amazing. It's fully automated. It's very easy to use. It's cost effective, and you're gonna have great results with this device. Very important, keep your ANS always balanced so it can regulate your body's organs in the way it's supposed to. Next up is the Matrix system, which we also call the holy grail of any therapy. It's a complex and unique therapy device that synergizes 3 concomitant running methodologies: the petechial suction, the DC current electrical stimulation, and bioresonance. It is the only device known worldwide to achieve the deep toxification of your connective tissue and your organs that we talked about as being so crucial. And it's made possible by elimination of acidosis and of acidic cellular waste stored in your connective tissue, immune system modulation, an overall and in-depth detoxification, and the neutralization of the disturbed out-of-phase electromagnetic fields in your body. And it's very modern, it's very easy to use, and extremely efficient for treating chronic degenerative diseases. We can only highly recommend it. And just by the way, if you don't know it yet, on our YouTube channel we have extra videos and presentations about the Matrix system, how to use it, as well as the Kindling Easy and all of the other solutions we're gonna talk about. So if you want to go more in depth about each one of those solutions, search our YouTube channel and you will find much more information. And now we move into devices that you can easily use at home by yourself. You don't need a doctor or any special knowledge to use them, as they are so intuitive and easy to apply. First up is the Gino 62. This is a sound and ultrasound therapy device that triggers your self-healing abilities that all of us have in ourselves. How does it do it? It's doing it by activating the primordial and life essential frequencies for all living beings. It is a very modern bioenergetic therapy system that uses healing sounds and energizing ultrasound, which is the carrier in depth of the sonic therapy vibration that this device emits. It comes with different memory cards that are imprinted with different programs that are, for example, for activating your cell communication that we've talked about as being crucial, adjusting the biochemistry by modulating the 62 chemical elements. That's why it's called Gino 62. Harmonizing your autonomic nervous system and your brain hemispheres, helping you relieve emotional stress, and creating a psychological oasis for your psychosomatic balance, and also specific therapy programs for Lyme disease, prostate disorders, microbiological overloads, as well as cancer support. The therapy is free of side effects or risks. The device is extremely easy to use. We also have, of course, a special presentation on our YouTube channel about this. It is very affordable, high quality, made in Germany. And if you need more information, give us a call, of course, as always, or check out the video that we have already on our YouTube channel about it. Next device that you can use at home by yourself, as it is so easy and intuitive to use and has no side effects, is what we call the tuning fork for your body. It's called the Aquatone for Advanced. The healing effects of this device were confirmed and have been confirmed by more than 150 scientific works and studies and numerous dissertations. What is it good for? Anti-tumor effects for your nervous system and your neurophysiological improvements, therapeutic effects in pancreatic diseases, anti-stress, improvement of your blood and lymph rheology, and significant improvements of your blood circulation, treatment of keratitis and iridocyclitis, which is an eye disease, prevention of infectious diseases in children as well as adults, and also it has a therapeutic effects in chronic prostatitis and much more. It's been working based on a very simple principle. 70%, 75% even of the body is cellular as well as extracellular water. So those water molecules resonate in a beneficial manner with certain frequencies, as it has been proven scientifically, such as high frequency waves, also called EHFs. These vibration resonances improve and restore the quality of the body fluids, your lymph, your blood, and reduce the amount of free radicals and cellular waste as well as toxins. Stagnations in the body fluid and increased viscosity of your lymph and blood are among the major causes of illnesses and premature aging. That's why it's so important to keep everything vibrating at the right resonance level. And this Aquatone device is then acting on those water molecules and is literally restructuring them to a perfect symmetry. And this healthy resonance vibration are transmitted then in your body to all the surrounding cells, and thus more and more of the sick cells are being converted back into healthy cells. And the doctors have confirmed the high efficiency of this device, which can reduce or even completely eliminate the symptoms as well as the diseases that cause them. And thanks to the possibility to reduce or remove those inflammations in the body with the Aquatone, you can help your body increase the amount of healthy bacteria as well. So all around, a great device, very easy to use, portable, cost efficient, not too expensive, highly recommended. The next device that we highly recommend for use at home, it's called a Theorem. Cardiovascular yin and yang device. So it is designed for the drug-free correction of arterial blood pressure and the normalization of the cardiovascular overall condition. It can be used either as a part of a comprehensive treatment along with other medicines or on its own. And the inbuilt electrostimulative electrodes act on the biological active zones of your wrist. Electrical stimulation then contributes to the improvement and normalization of the vascular wall tone and has a positive overall effect on regulating the body's physiological system. meaning you need less drugs, you lead a comfortable life, you have an improved mood and overall feeling of well-being, and it also decreases weather sensitivity as a side effect. How does it work? Very simple. The electrical stimulation occurs through a weak electric current, which is barely perceivable. The device uses programs which differ from each other in terms of frequency, and the frequencies go from 9 to 77 Hertz. It also differs in time shift and amplitude, and you can select one of those programs and it will result either in the reduction of the sympathicon dominance, which is the main cause of hypertension, or in contrast you can also increase the insufficient impact of the sympathetic nervous system on the vascular tone, which leads to hypotension. Indications for this device: occasional increases or reductions in arterial blood pressure in stressful situations or during changes in weather, arterial hypertonia or hypotonia, or as an additional therapy to classical drug treatments. Also very good for early arterial hypertonia or hypotonia therapy at the phase before the prescription of beta blockers. This is when the patient is advised to change his lifestyle, diet, avoid bad habits, increase his physical activity, and reduce excess body weight. They're also very good, this device, for therapy of vegetative vascular dystonia of hypertonic or hypotonic nature, and secondary symptomatic arterial hypertonia or hypotonia for patients with endocrine renal pathology. Great device, easy to use, compact, and again cost effective. Next we have another great portable device that is cheap and extremely efficient. It's called a TriMet CGI. We also call it a body harmonizer. It easily fits in your pocket. You can take it on a trip, in your car, kindergarten, school, offices, wherever you go. And it supports a better concentration and learning abilities. It contributes to mutual understanding and establishes a constructive way of acting. It also prevents fatigue and helps you relieve stress. It's also a healthcare and wellness tool for preventing infections, for the transfer of information on any information carrier, so you can imprint and structure, for example, water. You can also take care of plants thereby and improve your pet's health in acute cases. Where there is no medical apparatus at hand, it is possible to use the CGI for emergency help in case of injuries, for example, burns, pain syndromes, etc. And thereby you can stop the aggravation of the situation or more complications. As we said already, it's portable, it's a therapeutic device for the treatment and prevention of various pathological conditions. How does it work? It emits infrared vibrations and low intensity electromagnetic radiation of extremely high frequency, called also millimeter waves, or MMWs. The effect of MMWs and infrared therapy have been clinically proven as being anti-inflammatory and a real trigger for self-healing processes. It also acts as an analgesic and anti-edematous, improves tissue regeneration, improves blood circulation. It also promotes anti-stress and normalizes the regulation of the autonomic nervous system. It also changes harmful electromagnetic fields and waves into ones which are informational directive signals specific to living organisms. So the biological channels of perception will receive the necessary information through this device, which further makes it possible for your body to restore its biological, electromagnetic and informational field, and thereby enhance the resilience of your organism's adaptability. The work with the TriMet CGI results in the synchronization of different systems inside the organism and its relations with the environment. Mutual adjustments take place on the informational level between the living beings and the environment. It takes place as a restoration of auto-regulation functions, a balancing of your informational vibrations. in resonance with your cells, organs and tissues. It is also considered that this in-cell bioresonance determines the whole information wave field of any living organism. Therefore, the TriMet CGI is extremely efficient. And there is another great TriMet device called the TriMet Compact. It's a portable therapy device again for electromagnetic stimulation of your human biofield. It combines in one system the millimeter wave and the infrared technology. Belongs to the TREM 5th generation devices class, characterized by highly constant vibrational impulses, accurate biological feedback and individual adjustment to all living bodies. Due to this TREM technology, TriMet Compact therapy can be delivered in your body contact, through body contact, direct body contact, and in an indirect way in a remote therapy. It is adapting biological bodies first to the environment by restoring their healthy biological field, and then it acts specifically on different biological levels and organs. It has 8 therapy programs for different indications, and the cells communicate with each other with the help of these MMWs. TriMet creates similar waves which further strengthen cell communication as well. Therapy indications for the TriMet: diseases of the peripheral nervous system, of your autonomic nervous system, addictions, diseases of your upper respiratory tract, of your cardiovascular system, lungs and pleura, gastrointestinal tract, skin, subcutaneous tissue, musculoskeletal system, gynecological diseases, pain of any type, and at any site in your body, joint pathology, spine diseases, wounds and burns, as well as allergic diseases that are associated with skin manifestations. Again, easy to use, also for your pets, etc., for any living being. Highly recommended again, and extremely efficient. And of course, we cannot remain healthy and stop the aging process without clean air. And more oxygen means literally more life here. Our foods need to be metabolized, but unfortunately, as we age, your oxygen uptake decreases, which in turn weakens the metabolism and also creates a large amount of waste products, thereby enabling a greater formation of free radicals, which are extremely damaging. There are many who know that proper breathing is very important for remaining healthy and beautiful, of course, and there are not many people who are aware that just breathing is one of the most effective ways to achieve better health, increase your athletic performance and boost the mind, as well as better manage stress situation. 24 scientific studies have shown that most people in our culture breathe wrong by hyperventilating, and that means that the carbon dioxide is pushed to the lower concentrations in the blood, or it is literally blown out. Why has breathing changed in human? Well, some reasons might be that we live under stress, we eat too much, we have toxins in our food, we have environmental problems and other life stresses that influence us. And here is where the Smart Breathe comes in. The Smart Breathe is a very simple device that reestablishes in a very simple and practical way the normal carbon dioxide concentration in the blood by creating artificial breathing resistance and imposing thus long exhalations. So it literally trains you to breathe in the proper way. For a healthy body, carbon dioxide cannot become less than 6.5% in your blood, and most of the elderly and even younger people today are well below this optimum value, unfortunately. That's why it's so crucial to breathe properly. Carbon dioxide, the exhaust gas of respiration, has 2 very important functions in the body. It is the best blood vessel dilator, and it also regulates the blood pH. In this way, you remain healthy, and the healing process of your body starts immediately. And as beauty comes from the inside, by using the Smart Breathe, your body is allowed to be better oxygenated, rejuvenated, and more beautiful. An average person takes about 21,600 breaths a day, and this consumes, of course, a lot of energy. And when we breathe using the smart breathe apparatus between 30 to 60 minutes a day only, we train this respiratory center in the brain to generate less than 15 breaths per minute, as is ideal. After a few months of breathing exercises with this device, you will normally see a reduction in the number of breaths to 6 to 8 only per minute. And that means we are saving energy and we are increasing our lifespan. And you can carry the smart breathe around with you, use it while you clean, while you work, when you're watching TV, etc. You do not need to set aside special time to practice. You can always work out with the smart breathe. It's easy to use, it's efficient, and again, not too expensive. What else do we need besides clean air and the right breathing technique to remain healthy? Clean water, of course. And here is where the life water system comes in. We all know that unfortunately our water is heavily processed and used and reused as potable water. And the scientific research and engineering of water processing started about 60 years ago, and the first achievements were delivered by an Austrian engineer called Victor Schauberger. He was the first one who made lumber transportation possible by engineering special water channels that mimic the natural reverse water flow. Since then, we know that any kind of water optimization device must obey the nature's principle, and one of these principles is that nature always forms vortexes or whirls. Contaminated, unhealthy water is always also structureless water, and it's literally a sickness agent as it destroys the body fluid structures. A good water technology must therefore reduce significantly lime, heavy metals, chemicals, chlorine, fluoride, pesticides, detergents, residual pharmaceuticals, oxidants, pathogens, and also increase the water's crystallinity and form so-called structured water, which is usually hexagonally shaped. And of course the water must taste good, like fresh spring water, and the device must also be ecological and economical, which means no consumables, no energy, and no maintenance required. And this is exactly what a life water system brings you. Their life water optimizing devices are not a filtration, reverse osmosis, or a softener system. They are complex water optimization systems that use the two major water properties for self-cleaning. First, as we have learned from Victor Schauberger, whirl and form many vortexes. And then second, as we have also seen from the research of Dr. Emoto, structuring the water by imprinting specific information and increasing the ionic oxygen content of the water. It has been proven in laboratories as well as by doctors that, and spas and other institutions that use the life water system worldwide, and they've all reported great results, and you can see the testimonials on our homepage. Of course, we have, of course, like with all of the solutions, extra presentation on life water on our YouTube channel, and I'm gonna post, as usually, all the links down below in the description box, so you can just go there, click on it, and you're gonna be put through to the right video and the right link to our homepage, of course. And the amazing results from this laboratory test that has been performed on a life water system is that it can deliver up to 8.5 times better water quality than any bottled or potable city water that has been tested. And on top of that, it saves you 20 to 50% in water costs without reducing the flow of your water. So it's a great device, it's cost efficient, you don't need any maintenance performed on it, it doesn't need energy, so it's great for your cottage or your boat, or even to take it with you on a travels, you know, because you, as we all know, you cannot trust the water quality in many cities and countries. So please check it out. You're gonna love it. Next up, we need to take care of all these electromagnetic fields that surround us nowadays, with all of these Wi-Fi devices, smart meters, mobile phones, etc., that literally make us live in a matrix of harmful electrosmog. And unfortunately, so far, there is no universal sheet against this matrix, but there is this Vita chip, and the Vita chip is very simple to use. You just place it on your Wi-Fi device, on your mobile phone, or directly into your body where you have pain or when you have anxiety or stress, and you will see that your health impairments vanish within minutes. And if this does not happen to you, you have a 90-day money-back guarantee. That's how much we believe in this device. And as an active biotransmitter, VitaChip is programmed to convert this electrosmog harmful energies into natural healing and energizing vibrations, and you will enjoy better health, you will see a rejuvenation effect, and in general your well-being is gonna increase. And of course, as with all of our devices, they are scientifically proven. Recent studies have been published in the renowned Journal of Neuroscience and Biomedical Engineering on the VitaChip, and some of the amazing results were that the VitaChip specific effects exceed the unspecific effects, which are natural causes as well as placebo effects, by more than 150%. VitaChip also reduces chronic pain intensity from moderate and strong down to low or zero. It cuts in half the onset of pain relief from almost an hour to less than half an hour, and it shortens the time to completely get rid of the pain by more than 84 minutes. Also has been shown in this study to improve general well-being and increase your energy levels. And therefore it has received an award already. So the results of the biophysical testing at the IGF Research and Analysis Laboratory firm confirmed that the VitaChip supports cardiovascular and autonomous nervous system activities, and that it is an efficient shield against electromagnetic smog and other radiations that are generated by electronic devices. Therefore, it was awarded the so-called IGF Seal of Approval of International Association for Electrosmog Research, IGF Limited. Health improvements with the VitaChip: you will sleep better, you will feel more vitalized and more energetic, you will get rid of fatigue and exhaustion, you will have enhanced cognitive abilities, your concentration is going to improve, you will have improved cardiovascular, you will improve your cardiovascular conditions, you will see a significant reduction in pain up to total remission. You will increase your overall well-being and health, enhance and refresh your ambience at work and home. You will have no more health ailments that are related to EMF burdens. You will reduce your pathogen overload, as well as your psychological problems like fear, anxiety, and depressive symptoms. You will soften your physical ailments, your muscle strain. You will revitalize your visceral organs, vision and hearing abilities will improve. You will see better performances in your workouts and your sport activities, reduce dizziness and also completely gone dizziness, as well as gastritis and colitis and ulcers that are gonna disappear. And last but not least, you will feel more creative and you will notice a general improvement in all of these areas. Highly recommended again, easy to use, cost efficient, and it really works. And now that we've taken care of our air, our breathing, our water, the electromagnetic smog, etc., let's look at some supplements that are crucial for maintaining a proper healthy state. And here we need to talk definitely about strophantine, which is a health elixir literally. and it's extremely efficient for cardiovascular problems as well as against heart attacks. And unfortunately, we all know that in Europe, for example, every 90 seconds a death occurs due to a heart attack, and we spend yearly over 80 billion euros on cardiovascular diseases. In the US, the situation is not much better. We spend about 70 billion yearly on such conditions. And unfortunately, younger people are more and more affected by cardiovascular diseases as well. And the lifespan in the medium age segment of 45 to 55 years has sunk by 11 years recently due to cardiovascular issues. Every fourth individual after 40 years of age has a heart attack. And in the US alone, over 600,000 people die yearly because of heart conditions. And unfortunately, again, 1/4 of them is younger than 65. Half of the people also who retire early do so because of heart and cardiovascular problems, and heart attack today is the #1 epidemic and cause of death. So what can we do about it naturally, holistically, and without any side effects? Well, here a little bit about the theory behind heart attacks, which is important to understand. The real cause of heart attacks is not a blood clot in your coronary arteries, as modern medicine likes you to believe. Heart attack is directly linked to heart metabolism changes and a significant decrease in the oxygen that is delivered to your heart muscles. And here is where strophanthine or strophanthus, the shrub that originates from Africa, comes in. It was discovered in 1850 already by Dr. Kirk to be the #1 choice for treating heart conditions, especially to prevent and help in acute cases of heart attack and angina pectoris. In the 20th century, different cardiologists and doctors successfully treated heart attacks and angina pectoris with strophanthine, and heart attacks were reduced by more than 80% as a result of that. Professor Eden, for example, and Dr. Kern, as well as many other doctors, significantly contributed to the experimental establishment of strophanthus and strophanthine as the best heart cure and prevention remedy. Based on Dr. Kern's new heart attack concept, thousands of patients were successfully treated with strophanthus. The #1 of heart attack patients, the number of heart attack patients, was the lowest ever known in history during that time, and strophanthus became therefore the #1 product to treat heart weakness and prevent heart attacks and heart infarcts, as well as recurrence of those. Unfortunately then, after the Second World War, when Germany was defeated under the influence of American pharma corporations and others, strophanthus was step by step replaced as a therapy by digitalis, and shock, the number of heart attacks raised again. Strophanthine is the single and most efficient natural product known today which can stop and prevent a heart attack, as it can reverse the acidity and the oxygen lack to the left heart muscle cells within minutes. 9 out of 10 acute heart attacks can be stopped by using strophanthine. This was proven, and this is exactly what Dr. Kern and his colleagues did in a hospital where he was chief of cardiology for many, many years. Strophanthine is working through the ubiquitous natrium-potassium pump on different levels. First, it reduces calcium content, it induces higher fatty acid oxidation, reduces lactic acid concentration in your heart, as well as noradrenaline production in your heart neuronal cells, and it is limiting the sympathicon activity and sustaining the parasympathictonia, and this helps the blood vessels to relax and dilate and sustain a better blood circulation. It therefore regulates also your blood pressure, either by reducing hypertonia or increasing hypotonia. And as we said, it's the best natural cure and prevention for heart attacks and cardiovascular diseases, and it has been proven to work over years and years and years in daily practice, and many studies have been also published on this, even books. It really works, it's inexpensive and has zero side effects. Highly recommended again. And then, of course, last but not least, in this video at least, we need to talk about peptides. And here, the unique real way peptides that you can get at lyranara.me. Proteins and peptides are fundamental components of your cells that carry out important biological functions, as you may know already. And proteins give cells their shape, and they respond to signals transmitted from the extracellular environment. Certain types of peptides play key roles in regulating the activities of other molecules also, and structurally proteins and peptides are very similar. They are made up of chains of amino acids that are held together by peptide bonds, also called amide bonds. And so many people ask, what is the difference between a peptide and a protein? The basic distinguishing factor is size and structure, as peptides are smaller than proteins. Traditionally, peptides are defined as molecules that consist of between 2 to 50 amino acids, wherein proteins are made of 50 and more amino acids. And peptide hormones function as chemical messengers between your cells. So growth hormone, for example, is involved in the general stimulation of growth, and insulin and glucagon are well-known peptide hormones. Growth factors play a role in regulating also animal cell growth and differentiation. The peptides we sell are unique as they are a multi-component complex of the next generation that can be used for prevention, rehabilitation and rejuvenation. And they have a so-called 3+1 formula, meaning that you have 3 main groups of nutrients in them that enhance each other and 1 vegetarian capsule. Group 1 is the basis of all supplements. It's a complex of physiologically active low molecular biosynthesized peptides of animal origin. The new generation of natural peptides that we're using here are selected for specific organs. They use a new technology of extraction that is unique to our peptides. Group number 2 in this formula are extracts of specially selected herbs to activate your cell metabolism. Group number 3 are daily required nutrients such as essential vitamins and macro as well as micronutrients, which have a biostimulating effect on your cells, and all of this is delivered in a vegetarian capsule that is manufactured out of hypermallows. The amino acid resistant capsule are dissolving slowly, and the nutrients are released and absorbed by tissue cells gradually and evenly through the whole passage through your gastrointestinal tract. And the therapeutic properties of natural peptides of animal origin and their effect in the small intestine are preserved in this vegetable capsule only. So the combination of those balanced ingredients in this unique vegetarian capsule makes each of our peptides golden, as we say, by the number of their useful properties as well as their efficacy. And our peptides, of course, do not contain any artificial additives or any potentially harmful ingredients. They have these several essential properties for rehabilitation, prevention, and recovery of the body. And always, by the way, be careful with the supplements. Read the ingredients list. Not all of them are free of fillers and additives, etc., even though they might contain also the healthy, beneficial part in them. So this is what makes our peptides unique. We highly recommend them. Again, I'm going to post all of the links to all of these great products in the description box below. If you have any questions about them, of course, we always like to hear from you. Alright, so that was a lot of information, but let's try to sum it up and come to some conclusions how you can remain forever young. This is not a myth, as you have seen by now, I hope. Your human body was built to live hundreds of years, and there are stories of people that have lived over 200 years. As far as you keep it maintained and it does not deteriorate, due to bad practices regarding your nutrition, your breathing, movement, stress management, environmental pollution, and most importantly, psychological and mind cleanliness. And in this video, you saw procedures and supplements that have been proven to work and which help you achieve a good life quality and maintain a healthy body and positive, energized mind, as well as a so-called emotional emptiness. You've seen how you get sick, psychological events that you don't manage well, beliefs that trigger through your limbic system and your ANS and hormonal system a chain of disequilibrium states, which then lead to auto-regulation issues that then in turn lead to different stressors, toxins, microbes, etc., and you become sick. And the sickness is the major factor accelerating the aging process and leading to death. And forever young therefore means that you stay forever healthy. Forever healthy implies different steps in your daily life, such as correct and healthy nutrition, of course. And here we recommend a ketogenic diet with intermittent fasting. You should drink enough pure and structured living water. And here, as we talked about, we recommend life water devices that achieve excellent water quality for very low cost. Then you have to take care of your cellular bipolarity, as we discussed, for optimal cellular communication. And here, Gino 62 and Aquatone are the way to go. You need to take care of a permeable, correct, polarized cellular membrane. And here, use the TriMet Compact. You also need to avoid and protect yourself from electrosmog, and here the VitaChip and the TriMet CGI are great devices to achieve that. Detox regularly also your connective tissue and your lymphatic matrix, and here especially for holistic practitioners the Med Matrix is very interesting, and for you at home the Aquatone Advanced. A healthy body has also a well-functioning autoregulation, which means a balanced autonomic nervous system. And here we highly recommend the unique Kindling Easy for practitioners and Gino 62 and TriMet Compact for you at home. Healthy body also means a well-functioning cardiovascular system and a healthy heart, of course. And here you can use the Theorem to correct your blood pressure, and we recommend a regular intake of strophantine, as we've discussed. Correct also the mutated or misfolded proteins by taking regularly our unique peptides. And if you still have questions, you need guidance or personal health services, give us a call at 1-888-773-3196. Or enroll also as our patients using the link that is going to be also posted in the description box below. And until next time, I hope that you remain forever young and healthy.